I want to talk about purpose. So I would say with communication, this is the other thing that we really focus on for our volunteer engagement. We want everybody to be communicated with consistently early, but we really want to share this sense of purpose. There's a true human need that we are serving here, and we take that responsibility very seriously. Why might folks want to volunteer? A lot of it has to do with purpose. Like I said before, maybe there's the free T-shirt, there's the free membership or opportunity for classes. We find that more often than not, it's people believing in the mission. They like to feel the sense of purpose. They might be looking to learn more about the tools or the sharing economy, and they're also looking to make friends or build community. But with this purpose idea, it's a real offering that we're giving. And it's actually in our society, it's valued. There's like dollar amounts. I'm not sure, I can't pull it up on my head immediately. The government actually says if you use a volunteer, it's worth this amount of dollars, like $35 an hour, something like that. And you can use that for matching. So, for instance, Microsoft, if you have a Microsoft employee that volunteers with you, Microsoft will actually pay you because they actually value volunteerism in that way. So, just something to consider. Again, going back to that ask idea, how can you give that sense of purpose? Because this is a gift that you're sharing as well as getting from them.
Definitely. And, if folks have different reasons for wanting to volunteer, it might impact how they show up when they show up. It probably will. When Josh and I were planning for this presentation and just brainstorming all the different ways and, places we could go, this was a theme. And I love that we both use the same language, Josh, of the choose your own adventure model. I think that really speaks to having a certain sense of flexibility, pathways for volunteers where they can continue developing and growing. I think the choose your own adventure model is a huge part of why, at least at our tool library here in Baltimore, we have some volunteers that have been here for 10 years. They've been here longer than me. And we're really proud of the volunteer retention that we do have. And I think folks being able to choose how they plug in is a really important part of that. One example I was thinking of is one of our volunteers came to us like, COVID hit and we experimented with curbside tool lending. So folks would put in their tool order and we would like bag the tools, bring it out to their car so they didn't even have to come into the space. If anyone's curious to hear how that went, it was logistically challenging to say the least. But we wanted to adapt and it worked well for that time period. And I had a volunteer named Shelby who lived in the neighborhood, kind of saw what we were doing and wanted to help package the tools and give them to folks. And that was like their first entry point at the library. But then they quickly became a regular librarian. As it started becoming more safe for folks to socialize, they were really excited about bringing back more of a social environment at the library. So they would plan bike rides for the community, which is like obviously a great COVID social, biking around together. So Shelby took on some of that labor of planning socials. And then fast forward, and they actually are one of our founding board members. So they're co-chair of our board now. And that's just one example. Shelby has not had a stagnant path here. They've filled many different roles, worn many hats. But it's, I think, also a testament to our ability to like allow for that flexibility.
I'll just add another story just to give a sense of this choose your own adventure model. And I'll be clear, we actually use that language with our volunteers. We'll say we think of our volunteering here as a choose your own adventure, which I think gives them the freedom to voice what they want to be doing and often funnels them into an area that they're going to be more successful, both because maybe they have the skills, but also they have the interest, and that's going to give them the longevity to stay with us for that much longer. A guy named Herb, who recently joined our Shoreline Tool library, where we've started selling reused building materials as well. And he isn't the most tech savvy, so he didn't really want to like sign up on our online sign up. He isn't super interested in using our computers to do check in and check out, but he's really nice, very enthusiastic, and turns out he has a ton of tool knowledge and retail knowledge and building material knowledge. And so he joined the team that is pricing and organizing all of our building materials. He doesn't really sign up, which is an issue. One of our major expectations is that people sign up online and tell us if they're not going to make it so that we can know that we're going to have the right people there and we don't need to staff it more. With Herb, we've made an exception. He's so valuable. He's so good-hearted. He's so consistent that we've been able to say, well, okay, we'll just put your name on the list every Wednesday and Friday because we know you've been there every time. And he comes and he does his thing and he does it with a smile. and it's amazing. One thing that just came to my mind that I want to put out with this is that Jessa mentioned that they have the expectation that folks will do this 6 hour training and then do their 3 shifts per month. And one thing I want to mention is that we have, for better and worse or worse, we have lower expectations. We ask folks to just do 1 shift a month. If they can do more, that's great. And why I want to bring that up with the choose your own adventure is that it's choose your own adventure with these tool libraries too, and how you want to work with your volunteers. With higher expectations, you'll probably get a tighter knit community. There'll be more consistency. We get a little bit more widespread ownership and more word of mouth, more people feeling involved. So there's pros and cons to that. But either way, we both have embraced this choose your own adventure model with our specific volunteers.